Okay, I'm going to make this video for prosperity's sake. I'm working on trying to figure out what's going on with the leak into the compartment and the passenger floorboard on a 2013 Chevy Volt. And what I have done so far, it seems that there's Reddit posts about the seam sealer that they have on here is leaking. And kind of tell, like, over in the corner it's rather slapdash, and that area there, it hasn't rained in about 3 days, but seems to be a little bit of moisture that's still collected down in that area. Now, this is a rubber funnel that's supposed to channel most of the water that drips down the windshield and the cowl down underneath to the car. So some folks have realized that that gets plugged up and such. That is not the case this time. So what we've done so far is we removed the cowl, the plastic cowl. Had that right here. That's the cowl. Really, that comes up. Some plastic pegs. Pop the plastic pegs, and what you have to remember is on the back side, this ridge is what actually attaches right up just underneath the windshield. So notice that it's straight down. So, and it fits into this groove right here along the bottom side of the windshield gasket. So when you get to that point and you're like, how the heck is this attached? You need to pull straight up on the cowl in order to remove it. Comes out nice and easy. But if you don't know that and you start just yanking on it, you're probably gonna crack it or mess up your windshield gasket. All right. The next thing I did to get to this point right here was there's a cross beam that actually bolts in, that bolts into these two bolts right here, and on the other side, corresponding side, bolt here, bolt under here. That is this metal piece here. So that all comes out, because otherwise you're unless you have really thin hands, you're not going to get in. But that's the bolt positions. Everything under the hood that I've pulled out so far is 10mm sockets. So as far as essential tools that you're going to need, 10mm wrench, socket set would be advisable. So far the gear wrench has worked fantastic for me. Then what you're also going to need is some manner of, unless you want to totally destroy your plastic, the plastic clips, a clip puller. This was one that came in a kit off of Amazon. So after the cross member came out, then there was the wiper, the wiper motors. This is only held in with 3 10mm bolts on the far end. One right there, one right there, and then the center. Automotive connectors are always an anomaly. You don't know if you need to push it, press it, what have you. This one, I'm not disconnecting it right now. I've just basically flipped the windshield wiper motor and assembly out. It can stay right there for the time being because I have plenty enough access. Also, forgot to mention that step one in all of this is you need to remove the wiper blades first. And in order to do that, to pop a cap off of the base of the wipers. I have one of the wipers right here, and very important that so the wipers are actually put on. It's a spindle that's fixture in there. So before you pull the wiper blades off, you may want to note what angle, what the position is that the wiper is on the window, because otherwise when you put it back on, it's yeah, you could have it off. These are the take the caps off of the end, remove the nut under there. What you may need to do, because there's a spring in action here, you need to like kind of push down on that a little bit in order to pull straight up, because otherwise the spindle will bind up on the wiper blade shaft. Okay, so after the wiper the wiper motor assembly is flipped out, the next thing you're going to have is this harness that runs across the channel in the back. It is held in with an assortment of different plastic pegs and such, and you'll see that these threaded posts that are welded in there are what it slips down onto. So again, that's where this tool handled that magnificently. You just can get underneath it and pry it straight up, and then they pop out. And then for some reason, GM decided that they wanted to use something completely different over here, which was so I used it on there for popping a plastic peg out. Looks like I probably broke that one, but I'm not too concerned about it because it looks like this harness is held in pretty well aside from that. So with the harness detached from it, again, I just kind of flop the harness out so that I've got clear access to see everything.